So we're gonna take a look at the right kick, the right Thai kick specifically. So I'm gonna have Victor come up here. So first of all, he's just gonna demonstrate a couple examples. Notice how he takes a step with his left foot and then throws the leg through. Turns the hip, throws the leg, and then comes right back to the spot. Nice. One more time. Step. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple details here. Okay, so notice, first thing, turn your foot. So you don't want to kick with your foot forward. You want to make sure you turn at least a 45-degree angle. One, it's going to help open up the hip. Two, it's going to prevent strain on the inner knee. So again, notice that it's a small step with this 45-degree angle, and then kick. Now, as he throws that leg through, you can turn even more. So that foot's going to pivot a little bit. You start at a 45, and then just allow your body to turn and the foot to rotate. Okay, so the second thing to take a look at, here is what he's using as his weapon. So he's not using his foot. So you want to typically focus on the lower third of the shin. So not the foot, and not so high that it's more of a knee. So again, take a look here. The majority of the force is going to be in that lower third of the shin, the lower half of the shin. It's a little bit different on a Thai pad because it's so spread out, or a heavy bag because it's more spread out. But if you're targeting something, so if he's targeting my leg, for example, when he does that kick to my leg, he's using that third of the shin. So we'll take a look here. His foot will slap behind the bag a little bit. So there's a little bit of contact on the bag of the foot, but the majority of the force is on the lower part of the shin. Now, the hardest part about the Thai kick is the hip rotation. So if you come from a traditional system like Taekwondo or Karate, where they chamber the foot, or French Savate, where the knee comes up, chamber the foot, snap, and then come back, that is not what we're doing here. So this is more of a baseball bat. The baseball bat analogy really works here. So the hip goes first, and then the bat trails behind. So you set up, the hip moves, the hip starts to rotate, and then the bat follows behind. So watch when he does the kick. This is the hardest part about the Thai kick. Getting your hip to do the work, getting the hip rotation to do the work, and allowing that leg to trail behind. Kicking, the Thai kick is not about leg strength. It's about hip rotation. It's about body mechanics. The leg just kind of trails behind. Leg strength always helps. Strength always helps with power, but it's really more about body mechanics, and in this case, it's about that hip rotation. So let's take a look again. He's working here. Notice he steps with his foot there. His foot's going to rotate. That allows him to turn that hip through a little bit more. Good. Okay, so second thing to think about. So in the beginning, he's facing this direction here. But by the time that kick lands, he's going to be facing more or less this direction. So we're facing here, and by the time that kick lands, we're facing here like that. The shoulder, the rear shoulder, will point at the target. So as that kick comes through, the rear shoulder is going to point at the target. The hip is going to come through, the whole body rotates, and then that's when that kick is going to land. You're already kind of fully rotated. So go ahead. So right now he's in the left knee, his right shoulder is back, and then by the time that kick lands, he's completely rotated. So, nice. Good. Okay, so this takes years. The chain reaction that happens from the ground up, the hip rotation, the way the leg trails behind, how to bring that foot back down. It really does take a long time. It's a whole thing that all kind of comes together and moves in a very synchronized way. It's pretty tricky to get this in the beginning. So it really does take time. Another thing to consider is how you begin and how you end. So you just return to structure, right? So starting your Thai stance, throw the kick, and you're right back into that Thai stance. So if you throw your arm, there's different approaches to the arm throw. So traditionally, most people will we'll drop that hand here like this, the shoulder comes up to protect the jaw, and then you come back here. So that throws, this helps turn the hip through a little bit more. You can get a little bit more power out of it. Some people like to keep their hands up a little bit more. This is more a defensive style. So as that kick comes through, the hand kind of stays here, stays a little bit tighter. I would suggest experimenting with both of them. But in either case, after that kick, you begin in your Thai stance, you begin with a good structure, throw that kick and come right back to that Thai stance exactly where you began. Okay, so I'm gonna have him demo again. So he starts in his stance here, throws the kick, and right back to it. Comes down balanced, feet in the right position, shoulder width apart, not too close together, not too far apart, and just bring that straight back down. So there's not a big looping retraction, it's just it hits and comes right back to the ground. Okay, and then hands up as always. So kick, get those hands back up, they be ready to defend, be ready to move. When you come back off of that kick, make sure you have balance and you're ready to move. So a lot of things, one of the first drills we often do is you throw a kick and then you check. So you kick and you check, or you check a kick and then throw two. So as soon as your foot touches the ground, you need to be ready to defend or move in any direction with good balance at all times.